Alert Storm Team forecast.
All right, we're in for a wash, rinse, repeat forecast. You ready? We've got heat continuing. We've got some spotty storms actually out there this morning, and we're continuing to track the tropics. So let's start in the tropics as we have been, and we probably will this time of year. We've got Hurricane Beryl. We've got an area to watch as well. And let's start with Beryl, a very impressive storm, obviously continuing to break records. It is moving towards Jamaica at this time. Will likely make a landfall there, if not past just south of Jamaica throughout the day today. So here is the latest track from the National Hurricane Center. Again, expected to either make landfall or pass just south of Jamaica throughout the day today and then enter the Western Caribbean moving into the end of the week. Now, it'll likely weaken a bit as it does this because it's going to run up on a little bit of wind shear. Now, as it approaches the Yucatan Peninsula, likely a Category 2 hurricane at this point. It's still Category 4 this morning as it approaches Cancun and Cozumel by the time we get to Friday, and then this weekend it'll merge into the southern Gulf of Mexico. Could re-strengthen a bit. It just depends how much time it gets over the warm Gulf of Mexico, and then it'll head towards the Texas-Mexico border. Now notice how wide this cone is, and the cone represents anywhere that the center of the storm could pass. So all the way from eastern Mexico all the way up towards even Houston. So it is a really, really wide cone here, but this is targeting Texas, Mexico. This is not a threat to our stretch of the Gulf Coast thanks to a dome of high pressure over us that's pushing this system south. As far as tropical development of another area that we've been tracking this week, chances continue to go down. It is following in the same path as Beryl, and because of that, Beryl churned up the waters, making them a little bit cooler, and so because of that, tropical development is not likely. Back here at home, Battleship Park looking interesting this morning. We are seeing some rain, which we'll talk about, but the big story today again will be the heat. Heat advisory in place 10 to 7 today. This is for heat index values up to about 110. Now current temperatures, it's muggy out there. We're in the 70s and 80s. We're at 82 degrees in Mobile, 78 in Jay, 77 up in Grove Hill. And moving into this afternoon, you'll say, oh, that's not too bad, right? We're close to average. Temperatures in the lower 90s, but the kicker today is going to be that humidity. So muggy meter will be up to miserable, above 75, even 80 degrees for dew points, which means we are going to be very soupy out there because of the high humidity. Heat index values are going to be close to that 110 degree mark. I think this model undercuts it a bit. I think that we will likely be close to 105 to 110 degrees. I mentioned radar. We are seeing a couple of showers this morning coming in from the Gulf of Mexico here. So mainly along the coastline, Pensacola Ferry Pass to Fort Walton Beach, as well as Fort Morgan, Dauphin Island, over to Lucedale too. These will be hit or miss through the morning. They'll continue to drift northward, so just keep that in mind. Overall, about a 50% chance you need that green and Phillips umbrella. But today it's going to be mainly focused in the morning hours. So moving throughout this morning, again, these scattered showers and storms will continue to lift northward, and they'll continue into the mid-morning and into the lunch hour as well. And then we'll see things thin out a little bit moving into the afternoon, but we will still see a couple of showers around. Over the next 7 days, heading into the 4th of July holiday, summertime continues, so we'll see temperatures likely going to be in the mid-90s, likely see more heat advisories in place for the rest of the week. Rain chances will be typical summertime, ranging between around 40 and 50% for the foreseeable future.
Clouds yesterday everywhere around. I heard